Hey, you guys, the fans and the haters, you guys know what I'm capable of. You know what I like to do. You know how I'm training hard. I love the training part more than the actual fight. Um, if you guys come out and watch me fight, you will be in shock. You will be in awe. You will leave the stadium screaming and talking and tweeting and posting about what the Juggernaut just did. This is my life. This is what I'm good at, and I have more to show you.
What is going on, fight fans? Chris here, Combat Loop. Today, we have the special guest, a Mount Rushmore guest, a fighter that he can't say anything about championships unless this man says so. Lorenzo, what's going on, brother?
What's up? What's up, man? Thanks for having me, man. How you doing?
Man, I am still, like I just told you, I'm 40 years old and you rejuvenated me in my life, made me feel like a young man. I thank you so much for that. You make us 40-year-olds make me feel like I'm 20 again.
Yeah, and you, I've been training a long time. I've always been careful about my training. Even when I was young, my father always told me, you have to protect the tools, protect your tools, And I haven't broken up my hands, broken up my body. I haven't torn myself limb from limb trying to be a tough guy. I strike with precision, precision. People were asking me, "Oh, I wonder if he broke his hand when I punched Mike Richmond." No, I mean when I punched Josh Dyer. No, why would I break my hand? What are you talking about? Break my hand on his chin? No, I'm not gonna break my hand on your chin. Like this is what I do.
Yeah. Yeah, I saw it. It was a clean punch. It looked like you were. I saw you in practice as you were leaning back, and I was like, this dude's going to try to catch him with that as he's coming in. Kept hands down, and I think he thought you were hurt in that moment. And I'll get into that fight. I think when you got up the second time, you're clapping. I see your eyes. I'm like, this dude's not hurt. I don't know if you're playing a little bit of possum, but when I saw you get back up and then you hit that shot, I'm like, he ain't getting back up. I don't think there's no man on earth that can take that big shot and get back up. I think that's
Well,
a He-Man shot.
yeah, I wouldn't call it playing possum. I wouldn't even call it the rope-a-dope. What I would call it is self-defense. If you have somebody attacking you aggressively, pressing you, pushing, you're supposed to step back. You're supposed to step up and throw. It would be the same thing if I was throwing a touchdown. I would step back off the line and throw a touchdown. Bro, the linemen are trying to get me. I'm going to take 2, 3 steps back, find my target, and shoot a 60-yard pass. So,
Yeah,
the same thing, same
yeah.
exact thing. I teach this in my class. I teach self-defense. I even told Chris Liddell, if you go back and watch the fight, Chris Liddell and Sean Wheelock are saying exactly what I said. I said, if he wants to be respectful and fight me, we'll take our time and we'll have a good fight. But if he presses me, I'm gonna knock him out. That's what I said before the fight started. So like everybody's like, oh, it's luck or it's this or it's that. Whatever. Sign up. Sign up.
Well,
Cause
I want to ask you, how does it feel to have the? I mean, it's not like you left and you relinquished it. It's like Daddy left. You said Daddy left, but how does it feel to be back and everybody's like, hey, there's no talking about it no more. I have this belt and
bro,
there's nothing about it.
bro, I feel the same as I felt the day before the fight. I am the champ. There was never any denying that. That's why I brought the belt. I came out with the belt. That's why he didn't bring the belt because he knew, like, bro, I'm the champ. Nothing has changed. I was never not the champ. That's for the bureaucrats. That's for the naysayers and the chirpers. I'm the champ. Everybody knows I'm the champ. The only ones who don't think I'm the champ are the guys that are mad I knocked out Mike Richmond, or the guys that are
Yeah,
mad.
yeah, he did. You did the same thing back
Yeah.
to back fights, dude. It was crazy. It's like I don't know if you've seen the video, the shot for shot. It's generally the same thing back to back fights. It's crazy. Now I do have a question for you. I know there's animosity throughout the fight. When you hit him, I watched you get up, Josh. Get up, Josh. I feel like as a competitor, you are a martial artist. You don't want to see anybody get hurt. You're a loving man when it comes to it. You're a God's man. And I just feel like in that situation, a lot of people gained a lot of respect because it wasn't like you wanted to kill this man. You want the belt back. You want to show the world. You don't want to kill people.
I told him that before the fight. I did my interview and I specifically said like, hey, I hit with my heart, and whatever happens after that is up to God. I'll pray and I'll wish you back to life like I did Mikey. But I've knocked a lot of people out like that. I've been around for a while, man, and just because I didn't get national recognition for the guys that I knocked out before doesn't mean I didn't knock people the fuck out. I've been doing it my whole career. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
so like, we have this weird thing where it's like people think like, oh, if a tree falls in the forest, but nobody was around. Yeah, I still punched it down, dummy. So you're like, oh, well, I don't know this guy. That must mean he isn't nothing. No, he was punching trees down when you weren't looking. So then when I come to the show, it's like, shit, he hits hard. Well, you just figured that out today. I've been new.
Yeah, dude, you can carry the poundage up to the heavyweight division. I already knew it's a trouble. Your power goes up to heavyweight, brother. And you're hanging out a lot smaller than heavyweight. So I know that weight, you can kill probably anybody on the planet Earth with that punch. Now, you've gone through everybody. You cleaned out divisions, dude. Let me ask you before I get into kind of what I think is going to happen or what maybe some scenarios in my head and see happening. What does the Juggernaut want? I mean, I want to know what you want.
Um, of course, I want a payday. Of course, I want to reestablish my dominance as the only face of bare knuckle. Um, so a Mike Perry showdown is a must, whether it's in the ring or whether he bows out in the lead up to the fight. So, by what I mean by that is Mike Perry will show his true colors. He'll say, "Nah, I'm not fighting that guy. Nah, he's too big. Nah, he's this that. Nah, I got a hangnail." But it'll show the world who the true face of bare knuckle is, who the true king of violence is. I got all the knockouts. I got all the accolades. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I got the divisions, on lock. So I say I'll either fight Mike Perry at 185 for the King of Violence belt, or I'll go overseas and take back the 205 belt from Sakara and bring it back home. Then after that, I'll be looking at probably Yo Romero or the other Cuban kid in the hopes to secure a title match after defeating one of those two at heavyweight. That's how I would play it out, me personally. But I'm not always in control of what the office and what David Feldman and what the bosses want. But I can force myself in certain conversations like I did by calling out Mike Perry. Nobody expected that. Nobody expected me to want to be recognized as the king of violence in the face of bare knuckle.
Well, you are the
Um,
king of violence, my brother. You already are. Look at this. Hold on. Before we go any further, well, you know what weight that was, right? You understand what weight that was?
yeah, they fought at like 200, I think, at like
200
195 or
pounds.
200.
So
Yeah,
I don't want to hear any of he's too big, he's too big. No, no, no. You fought Jake Paul at 200. What I personally, when we're getting to the Perry thing, what I would want to see is Mandel versus Perry. And I want to see the winner of that King of Violence come to try to face you and try to win. That was what
yeah,
I think because I think it's such a big fight. I think
yeah,
Mandel, if Mandel has been calling for you too, it's one of those where I would love because Mandel, bro, he's the cleanest champion. Let's be
yeah,
honest with one another. Like
yeah,
you've been a really dominant fighter, but out of
yeah,
his championship fights, Mendel has been the cleanest. He's been
yeah.
saying your name. So I would love to see that fight happen, and then the winner of that get the King of Violence. That's what I see happening. I just don't see Perry jumping up to fight personally, myself. I think he's going to try to use an excuse, and this might get me in some trouble, Lorenzo, but I think he's going to try to use an excuse to say, no, I don't want that fight right now. That I
That's
think we got to force our hands in this. If you're going to take that title and say you're the most violent, well, I know Lorenzo Hunt is a lot more violent to me, and he's fighting big guys. I think that you can make the argument that you already are the most violent.
Yeah. So it's not an argument for me. I know who I am. I know what I am. I was here before Mike Perry. I'm actually the first guy to reach out to Mike Perry about coming to bare knuckle. Um, I'm the guy that reached out to Mike Perry while he was on the couch after the whole debacle with the fighting in the restaurant and getting barred from the UFC and all that kind of craziness. It was me who reached out. And I welcome him here, and I'm glad that he came. I'm glad that he did his thing, and I'm glad that he helped make the sport bigger. But as far as the guy who put in the work, the guy who showed up, the guy who went viral the most times, the guy who fought the damn goat and was on Sports Center, the guy who coached Britton Hart to the whooping of Paige Van Zant, to the guy who, you know what I mean? I'm the guy
Yeah,
who coached Brito, and we coached each other into the championship seat. The Gold Rush, the Christine Ferreira. I've been touched. I've trained with everybody. I've helped everybody. I helped Julian Lane. I trained Julian Lane before he became the champion. Like, I'm that guy. And so it needs to be said. It needs to be explained. It needs to be um um accepted.
yeah. I'm
By
right there. Hey,
being
listen, bro, you ain't selling me on shit. The Kool-Aid's
yeah
already over here. I
yeah
already know. I know the violence. I like the
yeah
violence. Man, I'm a UFC dog. I was with the UFC, been following it for 25 years. I have made the switch over to BKFC. I think this is the fastest growing sport, the number two, going to take over the number one sport. You have helped make this into the fight. Now, listen, I'm looking at legacy fights, though. So another fight that I'm looking at is the Sakara fight, right? Sakara has a name. He just
yeah
beat Kamosi. I think it's a very, very, very winnable fight for you. You're not
yeah. I
going
make
to lay on him
I
like
make light
Kamosi
work.
just laid on each other. They laid on each other for 5 fucking rounds.
Yeah, no,
You
I
don't
make
do that,
I make
brother.
light work. I make
Yeah,
light I make
I say
light
you
work
take
of
that
him.
belt. I think that's another fight that I'm looking at like, hey, he could go in, double champ it, and now look, you're double champ, red panty night all the time for you now, double champ. What are they going to say your name? Champ does what he wants, but double champ really does whatever he wants. And I see it sitting there for you. Look at that, dude. You got another option. These options are just so open right now. What do you think
Yeah.
about that fight?
Yeah, it'd be awesome if, like I said, if the Mike Perry thing doesn't go through, if David Feldman and them could bring him here, and
Yeah.
we could
Oh, yeah.
fight at Knucklemania for the 205 belt. But that would be awesome too. So there are a lot of options, and I'm open to any of them. I float right around 215 when I'm in shape, so I can make it down to 205 really easy. I can make it up to 220, 225 easy,
What's
and
the
I can
lowest you
make
can go?
185.
185.
That's it. Yeah, that's
I saw that 185, and it didn't look like you died. You looked pretty good during like the
nah.
stuff that killed you.
Fuck that. Yeah.
You didn't look
Nah.
like it. Hey, listen to me. It did to me on your face. It didn't
Yeah.
look like it. It didn't look as a fighter too. I would like to kind of know how your father and him being around you. Did he always know that you were going to be a superstar? Like that's one of my big questions for you too. Hey, and also this guy right here. This is going to be a champion one day right here. Show him your
Hey,
muscles.
what's up, champ? I see you, man. How you doing?
That's the Juggernaut. That's that guy right there.
Hold on.
That's double champ, and he's gonna get 3 belts one day. So
Yes, sir. So, so the thing about my dad is that before I could talk, I was talented, and my father was like Joe Jackson. He never let it rest that I was talented. He always brought it up. He always pushed me. He always had me doing it. So this is the only me that he's ever known. I went to the tournaments. I did gymnastics. I excelled at everything. I roller skated. I was a show off in school. I was all the above. I was a superstar as long as I've been alive on this earth. I've been a standout. So when my father comes, people are looking, they're like, he's never worried. He's never surprised. He's seen this our entire life. He's seen me do amazing stuff. As a matter of fact, this is kind of turned down in comparison to how I was as a kid. You know what I mean? I won all the talent shows, first place across every school I ever been to, everywhere I've been. This is just me. I've just been a show off. I just been that guy. And my dad has helped me hone it the entire time. He never let it take a back seat into anything.
when could you
Not
beat
even
him?
into
When could you beat
football.
him? And when could you beat him in martial arts?
When did I beat my dad in martial arts?
When could you do it? At what age could you?
I still can't.
You don't think so?
Oh,
He's tough as shit still.
yeah, I would never. And besides, you got to remember, martial arts is mental anyway. So at this point, he's using Jedi powers
Yeah.
in order to beat me. Now it's a mental. Now he can fake an injury and then chop me in the throat.
He'll always
You
win.
know
He'll
what
always.
I mean? Now he can be like, "Oh, look what you did, cow," and it's over. You know?
That's how it is. These old dogs inside. I roll around
Yeah,
with these old, and they get superhuman strength, dude. Some of these fourth degree black belts I roll around with, you're like,
yeah,
what the hell are you
yeah,
eating,
yeah,
dude?
yeah. No, it never even crossed my mind. Now, like I said, as a sensei and as a teacher and as a coach, I don't have to ever think about beating him.
No, I was
Sometimes,
just thinking as a
listen,
kid, like a 16-year-old,
the
as a
best
16-year-old a juggernaut.
even as a 16 or 17-year old, like in my wildest dreams, and I've had these dreams, me and my father, we used to fight like two Terminators. Like remember that scene with Terminator and the metal one when they were slamming each other through the walls in the
Yes.
that's as high as it goes. It doesn't goes to winning. It'll go to us tearing down the place, but not who won or not. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Yeah.
Well, hey, listen. So you've been talking about legacy for some time. What did this last fight just show for your legacy?
Should have sent you the clip of me explaining how this fight would go. There's a clip of me and Chris Liddell and Sean Wheelock talking. And I said that, Josh Dyer he he took it bad. That first fight was really rough on him. So mentally, he has to assert himself. He has to come out like a fireball. He has to attack me. He's gonna try to beat me into dust. And I said that fire is gonna get him knocked out. It'll make the crowd cheer. They'll cheer for him, and then he's going to sleep. I said it exactly like that. And there's a clip, and I'll send it to you after this interview. You're not just fighting a person who's strong, physically, mentally, or spiritually. You're fighting a person who has a grasp of actual reality of your moves, like chess, what you can and can't do, the position you're in. I knew the position that Josh Dyer was in was dire. He had to assert himself. He had to put himself in trouble. He had to dive in. Why you think I'm just sitting around with one punch, waiting and waiting and waiting? Because I knew he was in trouble and he would have to keep coming. And he hit me and he knocked me down and the crowd cheered and he went to sleep. Exactly like I predicted.
Yeah, I mean, dude, it was a magnificent. It was God gave us a good fight that night. I was
Listen,
so
even before the fight, I said for my BKFC interview, I said, hey, if you guys love Josh Dyer, you should probably tell him before the 15th. That's what I said, because we don't know if he's going to wake up.
yeah.
Just being
Well,
honest.
yeah, it did. It was one of those fights, man, that I think it's going to always be inside the catalog for BKFC. It's going to be one of those fights that's a legacy thing for you, my friend. Now, I listen. People don't understand how hard it is also to be at the top of BKFC, to be a champion. Like, people don't understand how tough it is to hold the belt. They don't understand how hard it is to get to the belt, and you're up there at the top. Speak to me how hard it is and what it's taken for you to be at the top.
Yeah, it's so the part that people don't understand about BKFC is that it's so dangerous, it's so volatile, and it's so 50-50. This is not a place where you can go and pretend you know what you're doing. You can't come to BKFC and lay and pray or make it through a few fights and think it's like, oh, I know what I'm doing. Nah, this is like playing on the freeway. You get hit, it's over with. And there's a few guys that actually know what they're doing. Me, Elvin Brito, Palomino, Christine Ferreira, Britton Hard. There's some guys who actually know what they're doing. There's some other guys, they look like a train wreck every time they fight. You think that's You think that's longevity? You think that you can get good at this if you got to get hit by every car? Like, no, that's not how it works. So I've fought 14 times for BKFC.
Yeah.
Two of my losses have been some fluke ass weird lightning strike garbage.
Arm break,
With
an arm break.
with Trujillo, his hand wrap sliced me. I don't know if you guys even remember these details, but they used to have a bare knuckle hand wrap underneath the tape. The governing body sanctioned these weird wraps that made a fat part on the hand that would actually grab you and pull off skin. So when he cut me, they stopped the fight because of a cut, but the doctor never stopped it. Nobody never checked it. They just was like, oh, he's out, he's out, he's out. I was up in 3. They shouldn't have
Yeah.
stopped that. We know what happens when I get up now, right? So they stopped that.
It's been shown twice now,
Right.
back to back.
So they stopped my fight. And then 10 knockouts later, I'm the double world champ, but I still got that loss on my record. Mick Terrell didn't punch me and knock me down. He pushed me. He threw a punch and then pushed me. And I dislocated my arm. So that's a loss on my record. Probably should have been a no contest, doctor stoppage, some sort of weird understanding instead of a TKO because
Medical stoppage.
the
Medical
punch
stoppage.
didn't land the punch didn't land clean.
No.
But BKFC is still relatively new, so we can't all of the little rules and the intricacies and stuff. Really, I should be 14-0, at least 14 with two like weird disqualifications or no contests.
The
You
heavyweight,
understand?
dude, you were winning the heavy.
Nobody's
You should have
beat
been.
me.
You were
Nobody's
beat. You
beat me.
the three for the three, the heavyweight. You were going for that belt. I thought you were winning that fight. I
Oh,
really.
no, I was gonna. I didn't really get a chance to establish anything yet, except for balance. And if you watch me, if you watch me fight, I usually take the first round to learn the guy. So I hadn't really done anything significant yet, except for see what Mick could and couldn't do. He already tried his overhands. He already tried his hooks. And the last thing he had was a uppercut. And I'm going in with the idea that I was gonna kind of like press him and tire him out and get him to throw a few, and he wind up pushing me down. So like I said, like I'm not really like these other guys that's getting beat the hell out of and then trying to make themselves into something later. Like you've never seen me beaten. You've seen some garbage happen, but you've never seen me beaten. So so I'll hang around and keep smacking these guys out until somebody figure it out.
Can Perry take that right hand?
Absolutely. Now what do you think?
No,
Applesauce, y'all want him eating applesauce for the rest of his life. That's
I
what
don't know
y'all
if
want?
anybody can take that right hand,
Bro,
dude.
bro, Mike Perry, um, um, like I said, he's a very good fighter. He's a solid fighter. He's strong as hell. He has a big heart, and he'll push through some damage. But the kind of damage that I dish out is not the kind of damage you just walk through. As you can
Now,
see, Josh Dyer.
listen. All right, I'm going to bring up somebody else that we've kind of not touched on at all. Someone that the fans are really pushing for. This guy, this Vidal guy, the knuckle maniac. His name keeps being brought up. He's super, super tough. He says he's the 185-pound champ, and everybody is calling his name. It's something that the fans want to see. It's one of those fans that will bring, I guarantee you, it brings people to the table. It brings money to the table. But do you feel
What's
like
it?
he gives you a chance? You feel like he gives you a fight?
You talking about the guy who fought David Simpson?
The guy that fight David. Now listen, I will give his defense. He did dislocate his knee on the walk-in. Now I don't know how it happened, but on the walk-in he dislocated his knee and he winded up winning that fight. He grinded that fight out with a dislocated knee. So I do give him for being maybe one of the toughest guys in the sport for being able to at least do that. David
Well,
Simpson's
yeah.
tough.
I don't know enough about him. I don't know enough about him other than that he's new. He came up to me with it after the fight, and he was like, "I'm been a big inspiration in that. I'm one of the reasons he came to the sport. That he found a home here. Um, it could be a home here or like a space for him to chill as long as he stay out of my way. Like if he likes the BKFC and he sees what I've been doing, then he should know to stay the fuck out of my way. And he's probably just using my name to propel himself a little bit. But a fight with me at this point for any of the new guys is career suicide. Maybe even the other kind of suicide. Like don't don't be the guy that ends my career by making me kill you. I'm not into that masochistic shit. I want the guys that are high level who know that they should be ducking that right hand so we can see what the left will do. Let's see what the left will do.
I want to see what the left. I want to see the left. I want to see the
Let's
left.
see
I
what
want to
the
see a.
left
I
will
want to see a
do.
1-2. I want to see a
They
one
won't
two.
move. Bro, they won't move. They won't move. Why throw the left if the right works? Like
I want to
they
see the
won't move.
dynamite if it's in the left. If the dynamite goes boom on the left side too.
Yeah, if they won't move, then I won't use it. Why pull out the other gun if he died with the first one? So like with these guys that have poor head movement, it's a bad fight. You know what I mean? We're gonna need somebody slicker. We're gonna need somebody smarter. We're gonna need somebody who been in the game a while. The Perdomo guy looks real good. He has a good amateur career and a good start off in BKFC. I like the way he moves. I like the wild. I say he'd have a problem with me just because his punches are looping and wild, but and that usually doesn't work on me.
You're not gonna
But
brawl. You're not gonna brawl with him. If you get into a brawl with him, you're in trouble. I mean, and I think you can still brawl with him. I
yeah,
think you
he's
can
just
brawl with
heavy.
anybody.
He's just heavy, swinging hard. But from the looks of it, he looks blind. He looks like he's throwing blind. So I could be wrong, but I could be right. We see what happens when I'm right. So we just will never know unless we get that fight. And then, like I said, with Yo Romero, I'm not gonna be the guy at 43 talking about age as a factor and all of that. I've seen him do his thing. I've seen how he move. I would love that fight. I think we make an amazing fight. I think we make a smart, high level fight. I'd like to see that fight happen. Me and Mike Perry, um, we go toe to toe. I go toe to toe with Mike till somebody quits. That's it. That's what the fans want. That's what they get. I'm confident to say I'll never leave the center circle. Me and Mike can stand right in the center circle until somebody quit or until he starts running. That would be an awesome first round kill. Uh, for either one of us. I would take it there with Mike.
Must be a
He's
good
a,
spot to be in right now, dude. You're in a good. You're in a
I've
really good
always,
spot.
bro, I've always been in this spot. I've always been here. I used to post on my thing, all roads lead to the Juggernaut.
Yeah,
All
they
roads.
are. They are right
Heavyweight,
now.
light heavyweight, cruiserweight, all roads lead to the Juggernaut. I always been that guy.
Well, hey, listen, I got like two more things for you, dude. First things first. This in this show we do contender versus pretender. Really, you're not a contender. You're the champ, and I'm the pretender. I always like to give a spar out with the guys I interview. One day I'd like to get in there. I know it's probably you think it's suicide. I got a little funky movement, dude. Me being from Taekwondo, I think I could be able to at least have fun with you. Me and Elvin, I'm bringing the gloves down for December 5th. I'm bringing the gloves. I got a beach house. We're gonna meet. We're gonna see. I'm gonna definitely give a couple rounds out with Elvin, but I'd love to be able to see you and see what that I want to see the left hand really. I want to see what that left got. I don't know about the right, but I
I
want to see the
got you,
left.
bro. We could do it. We could do it. We could do it. I'll work with you.
Yeah,
I'll be there.
hey, listen, I'm a martial artist and I'm
No,
always trying to get better,
no,
dude.
no. I'll be there. I'll be there. I love this part.
Yeah, it sounds terrific, and I'm all about getting better at life. And my last thing I want you to do is I want you to leave the fans. I want you to leave the fans telling them what you're gonna do next to the next person you get, no matter who it is. Let the fans know what the Juggernauts bring, because you can't say you're a champ unless the Juggernaut says so.
Yeah, hey, you guys, the fans and the haters, you guys know what I'm capable of. You know what I like to do. You know how I'm training hard. I love the training part more than the actual fight. Um, if you guys come out and watch me fight, you will be in shock. You will be in awe. You will leave the stadium screaming and talking and tweeting and posting about what the Juggernaut just did. This is my life. This is what I'm good at, and I have more to show you.
Yes, sir. Hey, I love you, brother. Thank you for your time. God bless you. God bless your mom. Love you back there, Mama Dukes. A lot. We hope you have a good Thanksgiving with the family. And I'll see you December 5th. I think it's going to be I think this card's going to be a blowout. And I can't wait to see you again, dude. Thank
Yes,
you.
sir. Ain't
Hey,
no
and we
champ.
got like 300
Ain't
votes,
no
dude. It's like
champ.
70% for Perry.
Ain't no
70% for
champ.
Perry. Everybody wants Perry.
Bro, come on,
No
man. We
champ
know we
unless you say so.
ain't no champ unless I say so.
We got to make a shirt, dude. We got to get them shirts out.
Oh, I got them. I got them. I've been passing them out. I got a bunch of shirts, man. I got a bunch of shirts. Go to www.thejuggernauthunt.com, www.juggernauthunt.com, and order my shirts right now. I got plenty of shirts. I even got autographed shirts.
Hey, listen, I'm gonna get one. I'm gonna put one on my wall. I gotta get this UFC shit off my wall, and I gotta get
I
more.
got you,
I gotta
bro.
get
I
you
got
off.
you. I seen you a couple posters and
I'll be at
shirt.
BKFC December 5th. I'm there from the 3rd to the 6th. I got a beach house, bro. I'll message you and tell you where I'll be at. And
All right.
I got a bunch of media shit going on, so we got to get you down there.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it.
I
I'll see
love
you
you,
there.
bro. Happy
All right.
Thanksgiving.
Yep.